This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Kingston man accused of shooting at police freed after years in custody. A man who was in custody for 3.5 years after the police accused him of shooting at them was recently freed of gun charges. Devon Lane was found not guilty of illegal possession of firearm and wounding with intent following a trial in the gun court. The Kingston laborer was arrested on New Year's Day in 2019. The allegations were that he was among a group of men along a roadway in central Kingston who was seen firing at the police. It further alleged that after firing at the police, Lane tried to jump over a fence but was caught. The alleged weapon was not recovered. Lane was, however, exonerated on the grounds that there were several inconsistencies from the 4 main police witnesses and further that no gunshot residue was found on his hands. Attorney at law Althea Freeman represented Lane. St. James businesses fined $180,000 for plastic ban breaches. 9 St. James-based businesses were fined a total of $180,000 when they appeared before the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday for various breaches of the ban on plastic drinking straws and certain plastic bags. The 9 businesses were charged with 12 breaches of the Natural Resources Conservation Authority Order 2018. The breaches, which included provision of plastic straws on drink boxes and banned single-use plastic bags, took place at different times throughout September this year. 6 of the 9 businesses were fined $20,000 for possession of plastic bags, with 3 of them being fined an additional $5,000 for possession of drinking straws. The remaining 3 businesses were fined $15,000 for possession of drinking straws. Parish Judge Sasha Ashley noted that the disputed items had been openly procured by the offending proprietors. It is a situation where these things are allowed to come in legally. They are not being smuggled in, which is why the sums for the fines are so paltry, as I have to bear that in mind, said Judge Ashley. The ban on plastic drinking straws and certain single-use plastic bags came into effect on January 1, 2019. Elderly Portland fisherman Barrington Robinson reported missing. The Portland police are seeking the public's help to locate a missing fisherman, 69-year-old Barrington Alexander Robinson. He was reported missing at the Sansan police station by his wife Lorna after he did not return home from a fishing trip on September 29. According to a police report, Robinson left home at about 6:30 a.m. to fish in the Dragon Bay area but has not been seen or heard from since. Robinson is of a dark complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 9 inches tall. His mode of dress at the time of his disappearance is unknown. Persons with information are being asked to contact police control at 119 or the Sansan police station at 876-993-7315 or the nearest police station. Bus conductor charged for shooting death of 5-year-old Denique Samon. The police have charged the St. Andrew bus conductor over the shooting death of 5-year-old Denique Samon, who was killed while she was asleep last year. Charged with murder, conspiracy to murder, and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition is 31-year-old Theodore Beavers, otherwise called Theo, of a Duhaney Terrace address. Denique was shot as she slept on October 7, 2021 in New Haven, St. Andrew, as gunmen from warring factions fired in the community. She was taken to the Bustamante Hospital for Children, where she was pronounced dead. The police say Beavers, who was listed as wanted following the shooting, was picked up by a police team in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Thursday, September 22. He was then handed over to the St. Andrew South Police, and on Monday, October 3, he was pointed out during an identification parade and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Man charged following ammunition seizure in St. Catherine. A 25-year-old man has been charged after a premises that he was occupying was searched by the St. Catherine South Police and a magazine containing ammunition found. Charged with illegal possession of ammunition is O'Neill Brown of Shepstow Road in Waterford, St. Catherine. Reports are that around 4 a.m. on Friday, September 30, lawmen searched a premises that was occupied by Brown. During the search, one Glock magazine containing 28 rounds of ammunition was found under a bed in a room. The ammunition was seized and Brown was arrested. He was charged after being interviewed in the presence of his attorney. 2 men charged with robbery with aggravation in downtown Kingston. Police in the Kingston Central Division arrested 2 alleged robbers in separate incidents in downtown Kingston on Tuesday. The culprits, who have been charged with robbery with aggravation, have been identified as 22-year-old Javon Clark of Mountain View Avenue, Kingston 3, and 19-year-old Javani Green, otherwise called Jaheem, of Mark Lane, Kingston. Lawmen arrested Green in the aftermath of an incident on East Queen Street. Reports are that about 10:20 a.m., Green brandished a firearm and robbed a woman of her gold earrings valued at $25,000. He fled the scene but was spotted by the victim in the area later that day. The police were alerted and he was arrested. Later that afternoon, about 12:55 p.m., Clark and another man reportedly approached the complainant while he was conducting a sales transaction at the intersection of Orange Street and Beckford Street. One of the men allegedly held on to the complainant while the other man robbed him of $862,000. The robbers then fled from the scene. Shortly after, the victim saw a team of lawmen on patrol and raised an alarm. Clark was pursued by the police team and nabbed. The other man, however, escaped. MP Hilton calls for proper landfill in Riverton. Member of Parliament for Western St. Andrew Anthony Hilton has called for the government to develop a proper landfill in Riverton. Mr. Hilton was contributing to the State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. The MP argued that the people of Riverton are creative, resilient, and are among the first in Jamaica to engage in the circular economy and the sustain environmental practices of reuse, restore, and recycle waste material, including through the development of the scrap metal industry. The government has indicated that it will be moving to close the Riverton disposal site, and Mr. Hilton is proposing that the residents of Riverton be allowed to continue to reap economic benefits with the development of a landfill.
It is said that one man's waste is another man's treasure. For many, it is the only work they have known. And the objective now should be to close the existing dump site for sound environmental reasons. Build a proper landfill on the remainder of the more than 100 acres of land already dedicated to waste disposal and the management of waste. And to develop a waste energy industry that we have long argued for. I have long argued for.
His proposal attracted jeers from some government MPs who questioned why residents should continue living near the dump site. Garbage disposal experts have said it could take up to 30 years to decommission the disposal site. Ex-con who cheated Marcia Griffiths of millions to repay singer. An ex-convict who defrauded veteran reggae singer Marcia Griffiths of approximately $4.8 million pleaded guilty to fraud charges on Tuesday and promised to start making payments next week, Thursday. Ray Morgan, who was remanded, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of obtaining money by false pretense when he appeared before Senior Parish Judge Lauren Cole Montague in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The accused had just finished serving a 12-year stint in prison for 4 counts of fraud when he conned the entertainer last July. Morgan's case was also highlighted in the media as he had appealed his sentence, which was then handed down in the then resident magistrate's court, but had ended up completing his term before his appeal was heard. In the matter at hand, the facts are that Griffiths was introduced to Morgan last year as someone who was interested in purchasing property that would be used to build a museum to preserve the singer's legacy. The court heard that he told the complainant that he and his overseas partners would lend her $500,000 to purchase the property and finance the construction, but she would have to fork out $30,000 for the fees and $250,000 Jamaican dollars for stamp duty. Morgan told Griffiths that she should pay over the monies to him, and she later transferred the money to his account. Following the transaction, Griffiths made several attempts to contact Morgan, but was unable to reach him for some time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.